Hi, it's Eldeen here from the Mind Body Project. So we're going to talk with questions about anxiety. So today's question is, can you get rid of anxiety even though you've had it for years? And the answer for that is yes, you can. The reason why you have had it for years is because you haven't broke patterns. Yeah. So triad of anxiety. So first of all, physiology. You have to be doing something with your body to be anxious. At the same time, you have to be saying something to yourself, usually in a tone. It's like, come on, or something in your head. You're doing some self-talk in your head, some shouting or speaking really fast. Come on, you're doing some of that panic in your head. You're doing that. And usually you'll focus on something going bad at the same time. So those three things there you're usually doing, and to get the perfect storm, which is anxiety. Yeah. So you haven't broken those patterns yet, so you're keeping doing it, and probably what's happened is that you've been given drugs to deal with that, and drugs do not break patterns. Yeah, a temporary fix, and that's it. So physiology. So in other words, what I mean by what do I mean by patterns? Physiology, if I'm standing in a certain way, when you're anxious, you may be standing in a certain way. Yeah, you may be doing something with your body. Yeah, shallow breathing, for example. So you're breathing really shallow, like that. You're not getting oxygen. You're not really breathing into getting the whole breath in your stomach. And focus. So in other words, internal pictures or videos. So when I say to you, people go, what are you talking about, internal pictures and videos? All right. Remember time you went on holiday? Think of a specific time. Where were you? Straight away, you'll probably have an image in your head of where you were and what it was like. I mean, what was the hotel like? What was the pool like? What was the sea like? See, when you think about that, you have internal images in your head. Yeah? And you may have, like, instead of images, you may have a movie playing. So it's like sort of a certain event that happened there. So you may have something, a movie in your head. Language patterns, what I mean by that is, I sit there and listen to people for about 45 minutes in the first session, because I want to hear how they're saying things. I want to hear the structure of their sentences. I want to listen to how they're saying things, not specifically the words, but how they're saying it. So I'm listening to the tone, I'm listening to the violation, what I call violations. I'm not going to get too much into that, but things like for example, this person is looking at me, that means they don't like me. So things like that, that's a pattern, that's a violation. I don't want to go too much into that, but I will listen to a lot of what they're saying to me, and I will be writing it down and noting it down, because it will give me an idea of how their brain is wired. Yeah, so what's going on there. But particularly with anxiety, what I'm paying attention to is, like, what I want to know is how the tonality, because I want to know, because there's usually something going on with the tonality, usually something fast and loud going on in the internal dialogue. And so those things there I want to, and the physiology I've already mentioned, but they all going to contribute. You have to do them. What happens is your body gets so good at doing that it causes anxiety automatically. It automates. So all of a sudden you go to a certain area, you think of a certain thing, it just happens because you've learnt it to this extent. It's just like walking. Yeah, which first of all you're struggling to walk. Yeah, it's like all over the place, and then now you do it without even thinking about it. It's just automatic. Yeah. So that is essentially what has happened. You're so good at learning things. Your brain is so good at learning things that sometimes it learns things that you don't really want it to, and you just have to break a pattern, and then you have to learn how to specifically do something else. So you break those patterns, and then you learn skills. So once you learn the skills, you become confident. then you turn anxiety into confidence. Yeah. So that is, so you can, yeah, the short answer is yeah, of course you can. The reason why you haven't got rid of it before is you haven't broke these patterns, and then you haven't learned the skills to move it into, so you're confident at it. So, yeah.